Alright, so in this video I want to talk to you about creating micro content. So the general content strategy that we do is that we film our client, not 30 minutes to 2 hours, but really more 2 hours, 2 to 4 hours of professionally filmed or photographed content, and from there, that's pretty. We create 20 to 30 pieces under that pillar content. So the idea is to create one good piece of content long form, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we create multiple forms of micro content, audio, Instagram clips, small YouTube videos, highlight videos, uh, screen grabs that then we can take into quote cards or like mini montages. So our goal is to maximize the content that we're given, so that way, again, content curation for social media is easier, because what's important, especially for me, is speed, quality, and quantity. I want to make sure that we're fast in producing this content. It's good, and that we have a lot of it, especially in the social realm. That you know that the we're living in an attention economy. Those who are consistently showing up with fresh content generally tends to win out, and it's also obviously it has to be good. So again, it can be 30 to 2 to 4 hours. We can create two pieces of pillar content or one, and we can use that to make a whole bunch of clips. And again, if we can minimum, we do friggin' just 30 or 30 to 50. But if we're really ambitious, I mean, for one of our clients, uh, we got 500, maybe it's 500, maybe 200 screen grabs and different variations, uh, and this is for the graphic designers, and variations just from one night of filming, and that can be easily good 3, 4, 5 months Instagram uh, of Instagram content. So formats, I explained it to you earlier: long form, YouTube, Facebook videos. This is a bit more of the technical end. I'll aim to give you this as a PDF form, so 1920 by 1080 generally, 10 MB mega, whatever. I can't speak right now. So, and oops, don't worry about it. It can be as big as it wants. This one, and don't ignore the under 30 megabytes. And second, Instagram video. This is where it's important, because the software that we use uh, requires the video not only to be obviously a minute, because that's Instagram's format, but in order for us to upload it, it has to be under 30 megabytes for us to be able to upload it and schedule it. Instagram, Instagram Story, Snapchat, and Musically. I think that's a typo. For vertical video, I think that's supposed to be 540 by 960. I gotta switch that around. Target bit rate is 1 to 1.5 megabits per second. So that way you can keep the file size preferably under 2 megabytes, because from what I've tested, for some reason it just doesn't upload well. But this is so we can create what I call Instagram story commercials or Snapchat commercials that we can upload in the middle of, say, your story. So if your personal brand, excuse me, and you're just snapping away and you happen to have a new vlog, we can show a snippet of that. Or if it's just a company's Instagram story, you can just show like a vertical video of their latest show, and with a call to action. Fourth is audio. Aim to, whenever you hear that inspirational moment, even if it's like 5-10 seconds, like, I don't know, they said, like, I never thought it would be us making an impact on the people. Say they're saying that. Get that specific audio piece, export it, because we can use that as highlight pieces for everything. Because we recently tried this out for one of our clients, and it just, we mashed it up together with these random clips we heard, and just made one hell of a video. And number 5, screen grabs of all the shots that have the best shot compositions. Yes, no, no need for explanation there. If it looks good, rule of thirds and all that stuff. What do we call it? Make sure you get that content, so we can use it for Instagram content or whatever we have in mind for it. So maybe let me show you first how I go for it. I'm going to use more of a personal one recently because uh, I used to edit all this in Sony Vegas because I was just too lazy to install this. But now that I got this, got my workflow going again. And let's see, interesting day. So just gonna give you a quick example as it loads. All right, so this is just a personal example from my vlog, but this is like the long form content right here, 10 minutes. But within that, I also noticed because I kind of went through it. There's that 1 hour. This is like literally a 1 hour meeting of Vision Paradox. So I made that a separate video where I kind of spliced out the parts where just like were it was just unnecessary, boring, and there's nothing really happening. I cut that and I made that into a separate piece of content, which is long form as well. A 1 hour behind the scenes behind the scenes Vision Paradox meeting, and then from there continuing on with the idea of micro content. You see all these splices here? That's where these smaller splices, not these. That's where I would say something that is actually useful for the end user to to use, so to speak. So like at one point I talk about how to use a particular program for scheduling Instagram content, how to create content faster for YouTube, Facebook, and all the other stuff. So it's just useful, practical information that I create um, into smaller clips, and I think I put it into its own sequence here. But yeah, I think it's about here. No, that's the Snapchat format, and this is you know jumping into it, I guess. This is a Snapchat format, so since I'm kind of the main character in my own vlog, I try to keep it centered. It doesn't have to take up the whole space. If need be, keyframe it. But if it happens to just stay centered the whole time, that's just a bonus. And and then here, oh here we go. Well, when I'm talking about only pulled, which is something we use to schedule. Sorry if I'm kind of bouncing all over the place here. And then here, I just so happen to like this sequence. Again, looking for micro content and kind of creating it as well. Let's see. I just happen to like this particular sequence with my family that I decided to create as its own standalone micro content. Happened to be under a minute. So, and then from there, let's bring up that. And from there, I was able to create multiple. I like separating them in folders. The full videos, like the vlog, the Vision Paradox meeting for the Vision Paradox YouTube, and the Vision Paradox meeting for my own personal YouTube. That's where the full videos would go. Micro videos, some formatted differently, some for YouTube, some for Instagram, and yeah, the trailer highlights. So there wasn't a whole bunch of action that I think I could have. If I wanted to, I could mix things a little bit more, but I just really don't have time to do that kind of stuff for my own content right now. Audio, document, so I can just use this one. I know I've said in previous vlogs, document instead of create, so that's where I'll be like when if I just happen to say like the past year I've been saying this and I show it as an examples, I would be able to play around with the sound bites, and Snapchat formats, so I can use it as a mini commercial on my Instagram stories, and then the snapshots that I got with compositions I thought would be interesting to use, and also for like personal stuff. So like pictures of my family or a YouTube thumbnail. So again, looking for the best content with that with the raw footage given to you. And so you can see this is just you know um for me this is pretty much an entire day's worth of content. And if I really 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 wanted to maximize this, I can probably get another 30 screenshots, another 10 micro videos, more Snapchat videos, more audio if I really looked for it. But you can see that within the amount of the footage we're given, we can create a lot. So now the workflow, generally, this is just to give you context of how it works. And I think in the previous video I said I really want to try to make this into a plug and play kind of machine for so we make social media and the online space easier for people who feel lost with it. So client generally gives us, we collect the client. This isn't the best workflow sheet, but deal with me, work with me here. Client, collect the content, and I don't know where this arrow is here, but anyways, excuse me. If it's video, it goes to you. Create Instagram snippets, Snapchat, YouTube, image grabs, and then we put it into the content folder with the date. So that way we know when it was edited, if it's fresh, if it's old. The date is going to help us. We tried a two folder system. It just didn't work. It's confusing. So whenever uh, you upload something that's separate from its own deliverables, I'll probably be writing the date for you either way. But if there's not, make sure the date is in there when you upload it. And then the image grabs go to the graphic designer. They create their micro content. Same thing there. They would still create their own separate folder. Then it goes to the content manager, and then we schedule it. So that's just the general workflow of how we create the content for our clients. So that's it. I hope you got the idea of how we create the micro content, and it gives you an idea. If you got any questions, let me know via Slack. I'll be more than happy to give you some guidance in creating the content. So talk to you on Slack.